I am wondering what you thought of the news from yesterday, sir.
Well, we've been expecting that because whenever the Supreme Court decides to review a lower court's ruling, it's around 90% that they're going to overturn it. And so certainly they did in this particular case. However, my advice to New Jersey is to move quickly to implement it. And I get late word this morning that that's exactly what they're going to do, that Monmouth Racetrack says they will be open for betting on individual sports on Memorial Day, May 28th, coming up. And the reason for that, and you alluded to the fact that the court said that the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, which we call PASPA, was unconstitutional. However, in his majority opinion, and I am sure that the NFL attorneys, along with the NBA attorneys, noticed this one sentence from Justice Samuel Alito. He wrote that, quote, Congress can regulate sports gambling directly, okay? And so the NFL and the NBA are both out, and they came out yesterday and said that they hope that Congress can step in and make an overall law regulating sports gambling, which means that if New Jersey is open for business, as Nevada was in 1992, they can be grandfathered in, and they can manage their own sports wagering account. So it is just beginning, Rich, across the country. Already we've had a battle break out in Connecticut between the Indian-controlled casinos up there in the state. And the state has withdrawn legislation. The battle in California will be waged between the racetracks and the Indian-authorized casinos. So the battle royale is going to continue across the landscape. However, I'm fully expecting New Jersey to be open for business for the upcoming NFL season.
So what do you say, Brent, to those who are concerned about the integrity, that the low-paid wide receiver, the potential college student, if it reaches that, will throw something for whatever amount of cash because gambling will be so much more prevalent or easier to undertake? What do you say to that, Brent?
I suppose the same thing I would say for an alcoholic walking past a bar, that obviously we have to be vigilant in every particular area. And I would point out that no one is more vigilant about the moving of money when it comes to betting on individual games than the bookmakers themselves. If you go behind the counter of any sports book here in Las Vegas, the computers run 24/7, and you can see exactly where the money is being wagered, not just here in the United States, but around the globe, and no one keeps a closer eye on it. I've always been concerned about, Rich, about the collegiate athlete because they are not paid at all. However, I've come to the conclusion that if it was not allowed in the United States, that people would continue to bet on the college games illegally offshore. We're better off having a regulated market. Certainly there are going to be problems. There have been problems worldwide with certain friendly soccer matches played in faraway places where the evil intents have taken over results. You always have. They've been aware of that for a long, long time. And so I don't think that changes in any particular regard. I would be very, very surprised if the third-string wide receiver was vulnerable simply because he's being paid. He knows what the rules are. It's stated when he signs that contract. He sees it inside the locker room in the National Football League. And I would be shocked if because the third-string wide receiver probably is not going to be in a position where he can impact the outcome of a game one way or another. Back in the days when there were rumors galore about professional football players, it always centered on one position, and that was the quarterback.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.